this world? What have they done to us? What did they do to us?
Did we talk about the Canadian Parliament applauding a real-life Nazi?
We're going to.
Yeah, I put
were-
that on
it
the
was
list
on the
too,
list.
didn't I?
And we can
There's
get
a real-life Nazi that...
it's on the list.
Yeah, I put it on the list
Operation
of things to talk about. Yeah, well, I'm at a loss how the Speaker of the House basically got a war hero, so he thought, from Ukraine, and they applauded him in the Canadian Parliament, and then they later found out that he was from the Waffen SS, which translated is the Armed Weapons SS, which is a German group. So they were part of the Nazis. Yeah. So it's like...
What was he talking about?
Well, he wasn't talking about anything. They just wanted to applaud a guy who fought the Russians in World War II.
Oh, my God. They are so fucked. Like, that is so bad. Like, they're
How,
like...
man?
You're the enemy of my enemy is my ally.
Yeah.
Like,
then,
you know what I mean? That's so just how they work.
These guys are in power. This guy is the Speaker of the House. And then he's inviting the guys that they fought against in World War II.
The Russians, and we won. We had a big cook-up with the people. We put them in the ovens. It was lovely.
And then they're like, oh, yeah, we got it wrong. But I'm like, how can you get that wrong? It's the Waffen SS, so it's obviously German.
Waffen.
So, yeah, I don't know how you can get it wrong.
Oh, man, that's a big... I hope someone was fired over that. Can I just also say how Catherine had to put the asterisk in the Nazi word? And you do, because if she didn't, that would have got her a warning or shut down on Facebook. If everybody started writing that, it would get us shut down. It's crazy that you can't even say the word, yet these people can pull someone up in Parliament and all clap about how they did something to the Russians. It's like, do you really hate the Russians that much that you're going to ignore what happened? This guy wasn't just from a family. You're saying that he was actually one of them. He did the thing.
Yes, it's him. Watch this.
Jesus
I've got
Christ.
it up.
What is wrong with people?
Here we go. Yep.
Wow.
Catherine, you're an absolute champion.
Yeah, thanks for that. She knows our list and we don't.
She's
So
up
here
to
we go.
120 days on the next ban. Bull cooker.
Who fought the Ukrainian independence against the Russians and continues to support the troops today, even at his age of 98.
Invited by House Speaker Anthony Rota to witness Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's address to Parliament, Yaroslav Humka is one of his constituents.
He's a Ukrainian hero, a Canadian hero, and we thank him for all his service.
That was the jubilant scene Friday. Now new details have emerged about that war service MPs applauded. Humka served in the 1st Galician Division, a voluntary unit commanded by the Nazis.
The unit is complicit in the Holocaust.
This Jewish human rights campaigner says there's no defending former soldiers like Humka.
You swore allegiance to Hitler, and you were involved with the massacre of civilians. So it doesn't matter if you try and claim that you were defending against communism. You were still involved with the Nazi war machine.
The division's history is murky. Its volunteers united by a desire to take on the Soviet Union, says this academic.
For them, the ultimate evil was Moscow occupation.
Rhoda has now apologized and says he regrets ever inviting him. I recognize an individual in the gallery. I have subsequently become aware of more information which causes me to regret my decision to do so, he says in a statement. I accept full responsibility for my actions. Still, the opposition is asking how this could happen. The Prime Minister's office says it wasn't aware the Speaker had invited Humka.
I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
That's a good one. Eh? What's that from? That's so good.
here's the fucking obvious what the fuck, yeah? We all know in World War II, the Russians were on our side. You know, and the Cold War came later. So this Canadian Speaker of the House has invited them, this guy, and painted him out to be a war hero. So does he not know any history at all? Because he's going, they were fighting the Russians. Yeah, the Germans were fighting the Russians. The Germans were fighting the Americans. They were fighting the Aussies. And it's like, you're not.
Yeah.
How are you forgetting that in World War II the Russians were on the Canadian side, and then he applauds him